We begin with a surprising turn this morning in the murder trial of Julio Segura, the suspect involved in the death of an off-duty Vancouver police officer. Thank you for joining us here at noon. I'm China Green. We are learning that the judge has dismissed 2 of the 3 first-degree murder charges against Segura before closing arguments were set to begin. The defense made a legal challenge against those 2 charges. The judge sided with them. State prosecutors protested the decision, arguing that they expected the day's proceedings to only be about closing arguments and that they needed more time to develop a full response. This trial has been going on for 3 weeks now. Prosecutors say Segura went to Officer Sahoda's home after fleeing from an armed robbery. There was a scuffle between Segura and Sahoda, and when police arrived, a deputy mistakenly shot Officer Sahoda as he grabbed his gun. Our Blair Best is in the courtroom today. She'll have the latest updates tonight on KGW News at 4. Portland police need your help looking for a missing teen who they say is endangered. Take a look at your screen right now. According to authorities, 16-year-old Phoebe Van Gorder right here was last seen at 10 a.m. yesterday at her house near Northeast Thompson and 108th. That's in the Park Rose Heights neighborhood. We're told she's 5'5", 130 pounds. Call PPB if you have any information. Today, we are hearing from a man who was pushed onto the MAX tracks near Providence Park and the train operator whose quick thinking may have saved the man's life. And as it turns out here, we have also spoken with the suspect before while covering homelessness and fentanyl addiction. Here's Alma McCarty with the details.
Whether you're a passenger,
I've seen many things over the years that were off,
or an operator,
you really have to be on your toes for this job.
the MAX trains and MAX stations can be at times unpredictable.
you know, it doesn't always seem like the safest environment, but never would I think something would happen to me, and definitely not something that random.
This man, who requested we not use his name, was pushed onto the tracks in front of an oncoming train Tuesday afternoon near Providence Park.
It's had more time to sink in now, and I'm sure it will as time goes by. But yeah, when it happened, I wouldn't even say it was an adrenaline rush. It was almost like just robot thinking.
Moments prior, another automatic response as operator Dave Chastain witnessed a man sprinting towards the platform.
All of a sudden he ran towards the tracks and shoved a guy right into the tracks in front of me. And so I just threw on the emergency brake and stopped as quick as I could.
I looked to the left of me, I believe, which I seen the MAX oncoming, and it stopped. I was told by an officer that I'm actually lucky that it was not a double car and a single car, because it would be highly unlikely he would have been able to stop.
As both men recovered from this near miss, Multnomah County deputies say the suspect, Michael Moreland, headed east to downtown. Investigators say he robbed multiple people before being taken into custody. While covering homelessness and addiction in Portland, KGW interviewed Moreland multiple times.
It's a cold thing out here, man.
Most recently, last week, he shared his struggles with fentanyl.
I've lost myself due to overdose quite a few times.
Moreland faced a judge Wednesday afternoon pleading not guilty to charges of attempted murder, robbery, and assault. Court documents reveal Moreland told deputies that he woke up as another human being and that his life had been continuously threatened in the last few days.
I just hope he gets the help he needs and he's not allowed to impact or hurt any other people.
Alma McCarty, KGW News.
Moreland is scheduled to appear in court again next week. In your other local headlines this noon, the company managing Orange Theory Studios in Portland is asking for Venmo receipts for money sent to a coach accused of taking charity donations from gym goers and then pocketing the cash. A KGW investigation earlier this month found more than a dozen charities never received thousands of dollars that members donated. After the allegations, Orange Theory suspended the coach, Ryan Tong. He has not been charged. We've got the details on where to send those receipts in an updated article on our KGW website. Over in Vancouver, a family of 5 has been displaced after a van crashed into their apartment, narrowly missing a 7-year-old. This happened Saturday evening near Northeast 15th Avenue and 94th Street. The van slammed through the wall and hit the bed where the young girl was sleeping.
We did go to the hospital to check her out because her back did hurt, but she's just bruised. But she's alive, and that is what we are very, very thankful for.
The collision damaged the fire sprinkler system, soaking the apartment. GoFundMe has been set up to help them replace children's clothes and shoes. The Clark County Sheriff's Office says no charges have been filed against the driver. Starting tonight, Portland's aerial tram will be closed for scheduled maintenance. The closures begin at 7 p.m. and will reopen at 5:30 a.m. next Tuesday. For safety reasons, the upper tram platform and tram elevator will also be closed. Shuttle and go-by bike services will temporarily move to Zidell Yards. You can find a full shuttle map and schedule on gobytram.com. All right, time for weather with Rod Hill. What are we looking at?
Well, nothing's going on except for the fact we're not seeing much sun. We do have clouds, and I've outlined in yellow. Notice how the cloud deck is western Washington, western Oregon, banks up against the Cascades. So visually, that's a clear signature. This is a good old-fashioned push of low marine clouds, which, quite frankly, as a forecaster, I didn't see coming in through the mid-morning hours, but now we have it. And it has been stubborn to clear. Most of the spots inland so far that have started to clear have clouded back over. So we'll see how long it takes to get some sun. The beach is clearing out. Here's Cannon Beach. That was overcast not too long ago. 55 degrees is the temperature there. It's been sunny and then kind of foggy and sunny up over Timberline. The big story here is that yesterday 6 inches of snow fell. Today they're dry, 35, chilly. We do have sun when you get out into the gorge, at least to Hood River. This is Cathedral Ridge Winery, and you can see their vineyards starting to bloom up a little bit there. Downtown Portland, there's the overcast. We're at 58. Winds are light. I believe once we get to 2 o'clock, our chances to start clearing out become pretty good. I have us at 69 and then a nice clear night tonight. Rain chances are back in the forecast tomorrow, but much of the upcoming holiday weekend looks pretty nice. We'll have that for you in my 7-day forecast.
Love to hear it. Thank you, Rod. It's official. Nathan Vasquez is set to take the reins as Multnomah County District Attorney. That's after current DA Mike Schmidt conceded the race to Vasquez yesterday. Pat Doris spoke with Vasquez on what he hopes to achieve when he takes office in January.
Mike Schmidt released a statement congratulating Nathan Vasquez on the win and promising to help with a smooth transition. He also intends to serve out the rest of his term. It lasts until January. Crime rates soared under Schmidt, who is a criminal justice reform-minded district attorney. He and his supporters say his policies had nothing to do with the spike in crime. Vasquez says he will be compassionate but firm when dealing with drug users and drug dealers, and he will take a tougher stance towards homeless campers who block sidewalks, for example. But he stressed he is not against reforming the justice system.
I want to be clear, this isn't some referendum on criminal justice reform. That I am a believer in that and that I'm going to continue to push that forward. I'm going to do it in a more thoughtful, detailed, and professional manner that makes sure that victims are always at the forefront of that discussion. But with that being said, there's still always room to improve, and we will continue to do that work and continue to push forward. We're just going to do it from a lens of a lot of experience coming forward.
I talked over many other issues with Vasquez, from bail reform to gun violence and his vision for how he will impact Multnomah County when he gets sworn in. You can watch more of our interview. It's up now on the story section of the KGW YouTube page.
It feels surreal. It's kind of hard to believe that it passed after so long.
After trying and failing for the past 30 years to convince voters, administrators in one small school district are celebrating after their ballot measure finally passed. That $28 million bond, officials say, will allow for much needed repairs in the Jervis School District. It'll go towards building a middle school and adding new roofs for the high school and elementary school. But the biggest part of this is that it will keep the district open and Jervis students won't be sent to surrounding districts.
By putting in this major investment into the heart of the town, it only makes everybody else have more opportunities as well.
I do think that since COVID, that there's been a recognition that investments in public services has great value.
Many other school districts were also able to pass measures. Portland voters re-upped a teacher's levy, which pays for hundreds of positions. The only metro area school bond that voters turned down was in Estacada. And if there's a race that you're interested in learning about, you can text the word election to 503-226-5088. It's on their screen right there. And we'll send you right back a link to our full election results. You can also find them now on KGW.com or on the KGW app.